Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone that just got off double secret probation, this is the Wednesday Night JokeNet here on the 146895 repeater. I am KE8PVL, your net control for the evening. My name is Nemo, November Echo Mike Oscar, and I am located in Denmark Township. Before I go any further, is there anyone that needs this repeater for emergency or priority traffic? All right, nothing heard. If anybody does need the repeater for emergency or priority traffic, just break in at any time with break in your call sign. We will concede the repeater for the duration of your emergency. Again, this is the Wednesday Night JokeNet here on the 146895 repeater. This is a directed net and all traffic should go through net control. Everyone with a valid amateur license is encouraged to participate. And for everybody listening on YouTube and on scanners and whatnot, we appreciate you being here too. Consider getting your license and joining us for this net on Wednesday nights. All right, the purpose of this net is to have fun, making each other laugh, coming up with crazy punchlines for this week's joke. This is a 3-round net, so please stick around or you may miss something. Before I go down a list of regular check-ins, let me just say this repeater is owned and operated by Tom, N8C Team, and is available for public use. You can get to this repeater via Echolink, and the node for that is W8IJC-L. This repeater has a standard offset and a PL tone of 141.3. Please allow for clean breaks between your transmissions and treat the repeater like it's got a 2-minute timeout. Other than that, we are good to go, and I am going to break for time. All right, we'll go down the list of regular check-ins. We'll see who all is here this evening. We'll start right at the top of the list with Sonny. KD8LHR, are you with us tonight?
Hello, Delta 8 Lima Hotel Radio. I am here and counting. KD8LHR, go ahead, Nemo, back to you.
All right, you're here and counting. Next on the list, I've got Jeff, KC8LAR.
KC8LAR with coffee and Animal House. In the house. Back to net control.
All right, very good there, Jeff. Thanks for being here with us tonight. Let's try Chris, KE8YQL. Okay, we seem to be missing him this evening. We'll go down the list here to Wayne, Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet.
Good evening, everybody. Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet.
Wayne, thank you for being here tonight. Really appreciate it. Let's give Dan a try, N8DRL.
DRL here and counted for.
All right, Dan, always good to hear you out there. Let's reach out to Ron and see if he's with us tonight. KC8, RJO.
Here is KC8, RJO.
All right, Ron, good to hear you on the radio this evening. Let's try Jim, KE8, LFR. All right, well, he's busy tonight, I'm sure. That's okay. We'll miss him this evening. Maybe he'll check in a little later on. Let's try, I know he's got a new call sign. I don't have it off the top of my head, but Doug, KE8TBX, go ahead with your new call.
Here is Doug, Alpha Kilo 8, Delta Fox.
All right, Alpha Kilo 8 Delta Fox, we got you locked in there under the new call. Doug, thank you for being here with us tonight. Appreciate it. Okay, next on the list is we've got Drew, Alpha 8 Delta Lima.
Alpha 8, Delta Lima, present.
All right, Drew, thank you for being here tonight. Next on the list, we've got Jerry, N3 EVT.
Portable, Kingsville, back to net control.
All right, Jerry, thanks for being here tonight. Appreciate you being here as always. Next on the list, we've got Joe, KE8DNF. All right, nothing heard there. Let's try Ruth Ann, KE8ZVO. Okay, this must be her Rosary Club tonight. She does that, and that's a fun thing for her. I appreciate that. That's all right. We'll pick her back up next week. Next on my list, we've got Frank, KE8ZHH.
Hello, hello. KHH Omega.
All right, Frank, thanks for being here this evening. Let's try Andrew, W8IJC. Okay, nothing heard there. No SFI report tonight. That's okay. Next on my list, well, that rounds out the list as I have it, but I did hear a call sign out there a little earlier. Hopefully he's stuck around for the net tonight. How about you, Lenny? K8 Oscar Kilo Kilo.
Yes, sir. I'm listening.
All right, that's the list as I have it. Now, I do know that we had an Echolink check-in last week, so anybody else I missed or anybody that wants to check in, please call KE8PVL. And 3, PBB. Larry, good to have you with us tonight. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Anybody else? All right, nothing heard there. That's good. We'll lock this list in, and if anybody else checks in, well, then we'll get to them too. Let's take a quick break for time. This is KE8PVL with the Wednesday Night JokeNet, and we'll get into this week's joke. Okay, to me, this might be a softball one. With the weather today, I couldn't resist, so hopefully we've got our thinking caps on our funny bones. And this week's joke is, what do you call it when a snowman throws a tantrum? What do you call it when a snowman has a tantrum? And we'll start with Drew, because he's in the middle of the list. Alpha 8, Delta Lima. What do you call it when a snowman throws a tantrum?
I'm going to just say a spazzard. SPAZZARD. Alpha 8, Delta Lima, back to that.
All right, that's a new word like Loop did. Very good. All right, next on the list, we've got Jerry, N3EVT. What do you call it when a snowman throws a tantrum?
I'll take a random guess at a snowstorm.
All right, snowstorm it is. We've got that locked in for you. We'll try Frank, KE8ZHH. What do you call a snowman when he throws a tantrum?
I'll say a snow squall. A snow squall. Back to net control.
All right, we're getting some good answers tonight. Ones I'm not expecting, that's for sure. Next on the list, we've got Lenny, KE8 Oscar Kilo Kilo. What do you call it when a snowman throws a tantrum?
Sorry, I have no answer to that one. I have no idea. Roger.
All right, very good. One stumper in the books. Larry, N3PBB, good to have you with us tonight. Hope you're doing well. And what do you call a snowman when it throws a tantrum?
I'm going to say a blizzard. Back to you there, Nemo. This N3 PBB.
All right, N3PBB, thank you again for that answer. That's a good answer, too. We'll go right up to the top of the list here to Sonny, KD8LHR. Great to have you with us tonight, man. And what do you call a snowman when it throws a tantrum?
What do you call a snowman when it throws a tantrum? I don't know. I'll stay on the stump side. I really don't know.
All right, 2 stumpers for me tonight. Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll be on a roll. Next on the list, we've got KC8 LAR. Jeff, good to have you with us. And what do you call it when a snowman throws a tantrum?
Good question, Emo. Well, Frank took my answer, so I'm going to say snowball. He be ballin'. KC8LAR, back to that.
All right, 1 in for snowball. And Wayne, AC8YJ, good to have you with us tonight. What do you call a snowman when it throws a tantrum?
Whiteout or meltdown or something like that.
All right, we'll take whiteout. That's a good answer too. Making people work tonight. I thought this was going to be a softball. Next on the list, we've got Dan, N8DRL. What do you call it when a snowman throws a tantrum?
He's throwing snowballs.
All right, that's 2 for snowballs. Let's try Ron. KC8RJO, what do you call it when a snowman throws a tantrum?
Well, how about a meltdown? A meltdown. KC8RJO.
All right, very good on the meltdown. I like that one too. Next on the list is Doug, AK8DF. Good to have you with us tonight. And what do you call it when a snowman throws a tantrum?
I was also going to say meltdown. AK8 Delta Fox, back to that.
All right, that rounds out the list as I have it. Anybody else want to check in, please call KE8PVL with the Wednesday Night JokeNet.
K8 LFR.
K8 LFR. Jim, good to have you with us tonight, man. What do you call a snowman when he throws a tantrum?
I've been listening. I'm on my way to pick up the daughter in Andover, but snow squall.
All right, that's 2 for snow squall. I like that answer too. One more time out. Anybody else want to check in? Please call. No, we'll give that another shot. Jim, I like that answer. Snow squall, that's a good one. And one more call out. Anybody want to check in? Please call. All right, nothing heard. And this week's joke is, what do you call it when a snowman throws a tantrum? And the official answer is a meltdown. What do you call it when a snowman throws a tantrum? A meltdown. And man, the other answers were great. I really liked a bunch of them. A long list of good answers tonight. All right, let me get into some housekeeping, and then we'll get into why everybody's really here. Okay, so the Ashtabula County Hamfest is coming up here on July 20th, 2024. That's going to be over there at Pioneer Picnic, and there's going to be a lot of great stuff set up over there. The Ice Cream Man has it confirmed. He's going to be there with the ice cream and the baked goods. We're working on getting our volunteer list together. We've reached out to a few folks so far, but if you're interested in volunteering, please contact myself or Sonny or anybody over here this way, and we'll find a spot for you. Don't worry about that. All right. Also, the Aries Net every Monday night at 8 p.m. That's over on the 146715 repeater. That repeater has a negative offset and a PL tone of 141.3, and they meet regularly once a month over at the Henderson Library. There are 2 on Saturdays. Go over there, give emergency services a hand. I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Also, right over on the 146940 repeater, every morning at 9 o'clock is the Trivia Net. Key up over there, learn something, have some fun. Great group of folks over there. Really appreciate seeing you, having you over there. I don't get over there as often as I like, but I have been driving quite a ways to work in the morning and jumping on that repeater in the early mornings there. It's been nice talking with folks way out there in other side of Cleveland ways. All right, the Wednesday Night JokeNet does have a Facebook page, so please like, share, and subscribe, and also our YouTube channel. Appreciate it if you guys do that too. It helps us move up the ranks a little bit there so that we can do some of the things we're trying to get done here. All right. Man, we've had one good guest tonight. Hopefully somebody else will guess again. If everybody listened in the beginning there for a cup, and at this point it looks like I got a 3-way tie. All right, that's all the announcements I got. If you got a joke you want to send me, just kick it over to me. Text me, email me, whatever. Eventually I'll get it, and I will put it into the rotation. Always looking for good jokes to tell on the net here. And if you've got any announcements you'd like made, do the same. Always looking for good announcements. All right, that brings me to the end of my announcement list. So let me just step aside, and we'll see what's going on with everybody this evening. You know, I'm going to actually start with Lenny because he's got something for sale tonight. So Lenny, K8 Oscar Kilo, why don't you take it away?
Well, sir, I have a Yaesu. I think it's got 2100B amplifier for sale. Anybody's interested? Get on me. Anyways, I have two of them now. Yaesu 2100Bs. Roger?
All right, good copy on that. Lenny's got two Yaesu 2100Bs, and at least one of them is for sale. So anybody want to reach out to him if you're interested in one of those and pick it up. Next on the list, and thank you again for being here tonight, Lenny. Appreciate you. All right, man. Next on my list is Larry, N3 PBB. Good to have you with us, man. Where you been?
It seems like I either forget the net or I'm not home when the net's on. Too far away to check in, so I haven't been getting on, but I thought of it tonight there, and I said, oh, it's 8 o'clock, I better turn on the JokeNet, so other than that, I don't know, I've been here and there, so back to you there, Nemo, this N3 PBB.
Well, it's always good to have you here with us tonight, man, and I appreciate it. And I know you've been doing okay because I have heard you on occasion over there on the trivia net in the mornings. So I know you haven't fallen out, and I'm glad you're still with us. Hope maybe we'll get a reminder list going better than the one we have here. That way, you know when it's coming on. All right, next on the list is we've got the top here, KD8 LHR. Sonny, good to have you with us, my friend. And what do you got for us tonight?
Not too awful much. Working on the flyers and stuff for the Ham Fest, getting that rolling on this end over here, Joe and I. Got to get a few more things that we're working on going. We're going to have some stuff for a donation for a door prize or whatever through cups and stuff here, and we're also going to be doing this is for to go to the front gate for everybody that comes in through the front gate there. We're going to be doing keychains as they come through the gate. Give them a keychain. It's going to be a giveaway to them. We're donating that to the cause there, and we're getting 500 of them. So if we run out, we know we have 500 people there at least. Nothing against anybody in the club, but that is strictly for the people coming through the gate. That is not for club members. If you guys want keychains, we'll figure something out with that. But we're going to have them in the store as well. So that's just a couple of the things that we're doing. We got some coasters we're working on for the Ham Fest, some cups that we're going to be doing up for the Ham Fest that'll be on sale or for sale up there, and all that stuff. If you want anything custom with your call sign on it, just let us know. It'll be a little bit after the Hamfest that you will receive it, but if you want it with the Hamfest logo and your call sign, just custom order it, and we'll get it going for you, and we'll get it to you as soon as we can after the Hamfest. Let me break for time. Okay, that's pretty much the gist of it. As soon as we can get the other information that we need for the flyers, we're going to be printing out a whole bunch of them and passing them out to everybody, you know, giving a fistful to everybody to set out around the county or wherever you may go and you want to set a few out. With that, I'll turn it over to you, Nemo. KD8LHR, back to net control.
All right, Sonny, good on you there. Keychains for everybody. I'll make sure to put that on the list of things that get announced as I go around and do my rounds. Let everybody know that there's going to be a free keychain. And Sonny and Joe, KA-DNF, are doing all the official printing this year for the Hamfest over here, and we appreciate them handling that. All right, next on the list, we've got KC8LAR. Jeff, good to have you with us tonight, my friend, and what do you got for us this evening?
Good to hear you. Everybody else on the net, Nemo. Just checking the email. Did get one back today. Was able to get back into the WinLink. Fans haven't been cooperating with my antennas lately. I'm going to have to go out when the weather really decides to break again and take a look and make sure we're all good up there. But there is a contest for a book. District 10 WinLink is got a contest out there. If you go to the Ohio section, and you can kind of download the instructions on how to do it. But if you basically send him a WinLink email on Monday between daylight and midnight, you get a chance to win a book. And I think the giveaway that they're doing this month was a 2024 ARRL handbook. So give you an excuse to get in there and do something and expand your horizons and kind of help out with emergency services. So that's what I've been doing. Tried to stay busy, and other than that, not a whole lot. So with that, we'll pass it back to net control. This is Kilo Charlie 8, Lima Alpha Romeo.
All right, Jeff, good comments tonight. And yep, helping out emergency services is a good thing. I have not set up my WinLink stuff yet. I am about to get into doing some of that. As soon as I do, I'll let you know. But it's not going to be before this book thing is over, I'm sure. All right, next on the list, we've got Wayne, AC8YJ. Good to have you with us tonight, my friend. And what do you got for us? Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet. Wayne, are you still with us?
Sorry about that. I was in the other one. I'm so sorry, Nemo. I kind of missed the question. Alpha Charlie 8, Yankee Juliet.
I said, go ahead with your comments, sir.
I'm just glad to be here tonight, and I think that I think it's good that Sony's getting stuff ready for the Hamfest, getting all that planned out, and hopefully we'll have a very productive next 2024 for the radio club. Back to net control.
All right, very good. Next on my list is Dan, N8DRL. How's your leg doing, my friend, and what do you got for us?
N8DRL.
walked out of the garage a couple times and actually was, stayed in the garage for a while too on it. So doing good. Not a whole lot to report really. Send it back to net control on 8-0.
All right, very good. Glad to hear you're getting better, sir. Looking forward to seeing you out and about on some of the club event days. All right, next on the list is Ron, KC at RGO. Hey, man, you haven't been around for a minute, at least not on the net. I hope you're doing okay. What do you got for us?
Good evening, Nemo and the group. Yeah, doing pretty good. Yeah, I know I've missed a couple of nuts here, just one thing or another. Credit for the answer to the joke tonight goes to my XYL. She gave me that answer. I didn't think of it. So it works out pretty well. Don't really have anything else to mention for the good of the order. So I'm going to turn it back to net control, KC at RJO.
All right, very good. And a special reach out. Thank you to the XYL for putting up with your husband's geeky hobbies and chipping in a little bit for the net tonight. Appreciate that. All right, next on the list is AKA DF. Doug, good to have you with us, sir. And what do you got for us tonight?
Good evening, Nemo. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, as they say, all good things must come to an end. Ever since the pandemic started, I've been working from home, and I was hoping to do that up until the day I retired. However, starting April 8th, I am going to be required to go back to the plant and work on site. Bummer. Nobody over here at the house is happy about that. So it might just accelerate my retirement date. And the other thing I've got is changing my call sign. It makes me realize just how many web-based things I've signed up for as a ham. So I've got to go back and change a lot of call signs. Alpha Kilo 8 Delta Fox. Back to net.
All right, very good. Yeah, my wife made me promise never to change my call sign, so I guess maybe I'm stuck with it. That's all right. I like it, and man, I've already branded it. There's already so much stuff out there with my name on it with that call sign. It's tough once you start moving that over. It's harder than changing your email address. I'll tell you that. All right, next on the list is we've got Drew. Andrew, good to have you with us tonight. Alpha 8 Delta Lima. Go ahead, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Glad to be back. I missed the last couple nets just by totally spacing it out and realizing at about 8:30 that I missed it the last, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm glad I heard the radio and wasn't interrupted by dinner. So as far as have to go back to the office, I feel for you there, Doug. I wouldn't want to do that at all. It's very nice to work from home. It's the best thing about my job as far as I'm concerned is I'm home most of the time and then occasionally have to travel, and when I travel it's cool. But yeah, going to the office every day would be a drag. It's my birthday on, I think, Saturday, so I got myself a couple of toys coming from DX Engineering, which should be here soon, or maybe some other stores, I'm not exactly sure. And that's pretty much all I've got, so I'll send it back before I need to break for time. AADL. Back to that.
All right, very good. If I don't talk to you before then, a happy birthday to you this weekend. Enjoy it. My dad's birthday was just this past, what's today? Today's the 20th. Just 2 days ago, and I know he enjoyed it there too. And hopefully you're going to have a good time with that new equipment you've got coming in. All right, next on the list, we've got Jerry N3 EVT. He's mobile over in Jefferson. Thank you, sir, for being here tonight. And what do you got for us? Oh, Jerry, N3 EVT, are you still with us?
All right, do you copy now, Nemo?
Loud and clear. Shoot, my friend. Send it in.
All right, I don't want to steal Frank's
with the weather, but I'm going to give you my experience at 4:45 this afternoon, eastbound on Interstate 90 at Kingsville. The wind was gusting and blowing up snow from the road, but once I got to Kingsville, I got hit with a whiteout, and it was so severe the visibility was down to about zero. I got behind an 18-wheeler and followed that truck very slowly to the Conneaut exit. When I got to my destination, the sky was blue and the sun was out, and the weather station reported that there had been a snow squall coming south off of Lake Erie. So that's my weather report. Back to net control, N3VT.
Okay, well that's interesting too, because I was right behind you, like not physically necessarily, like right behind you, like in your rearview mirror, but pretty much close, because I was heading into Kingsville probably about 5 or 10 minutes after that time frame, and when I got on the highway, it was definitely snowing and blizzarding, but by the time I hit Kingsville exit, it was a bright sunny day. It was just cold. All right, very good. All right, that puts us down here to, well, Jim, you're mobile, KE8 LFR, but I'm sure you're still with us. Go ahead and get your comments in.
You call for me, Nemo? I'm sorry, KD8LHR.
No, I called for Jim. Figured he might still be close enough. I know he was heading down to Andover. I usually lose it right around town, as soon as I get into town there, but that's all right. He's probably on his way doing something there. We'll give him one more try. K8 LFR, can you get to us? Well, he tried. I'm sure that was him trying in there, but not quite from there. I have problems getting it from right around from that big campground. What is that, Happy Valley or whatever it is? All right, that puts me down at the end of the list here. This is KE8PVL with the Wednesday Night JokeNet. I'm going to hand it over to Frank for the weekly weather report. KE8ZHH, take it away, my friend.
All right, Nemo, thanks a lot. This is Frank the weather guy. KE8ZHH. Current weather conditions in Pierpont Township are 27 degrees with 60% humidity, and the barometric pressure is at 28.97 inches and is rising. Wind is out of the southwest at 10 miles per hour. Today's high was 39 degrees and low was 27 degrees. For tomorrow, expect partly sunny skies with highs around 30 degrees and a low of 19 with clear nighttime skies. Looks like on Monday the 25th, starting next week, we'll be in the lower 50s during the daytime hours. So it's supposed to warm up a little bit next week on Monday. Record high for today in weather history stands at 83 degrees in 2012, and the record low is 0 degrees in 1885. Sunrise will be at 7:23 a.m., sunset will be at 7:36 p.m. And now for some weather trivia. Wind chill can be felt but not measured with a thermometer. That's because the heat generated by you or a heat generating object is quickly whisked away by the wind speed. According to the federal government, more than 80 people die from overexposure to the cold every year, with many more suffering hypothermia and frostbite. And finally, the weather joke of the week. is the Mexico weather report. Chilly today, hot tamale. Chilly today, hot tamale. Alright, this is KMZHH, Frank the Weather Guide, and back to Net Control and Nemo. Thanks for listening.
All right, Frank. Man, that makes me hungry. I got a pizza sitting over here waiting for me. It's got my name on it. All right, excellent weather report, and I'll be, I guess, looking forward to Monday. We just got the metal for the roof of the house that we're working on delivered today, and all the lumber or all the 1x4s. My boss wanted to start that today. I got a reprieve from that today, from the snow and the wind and the rain and all that this morning, but well, he's not going to want to climb up on that roof when it's 30 degrees, that's for sure. But looking forward to the warm temperatures coming up, even if I got to work a little harder. All right. This is K8PVL with the Wednesday night JokeNet. Before we get into the discussion round, is there anybody who wants to check in? Please call. I heard somebody in there calling station. Go ahead again.
K8 LHR. I had my volume down and I didn't quite hear exactly what you said, but I wanted to check in Joe by proxy. I got him on the phone here. We're going over some stuff. He wanted me to check him in for him.
All right, we'll take Joe as a third-party check-in. That's fine by me. Appreciate him reaching out there. All right, anybody else want to check in? Please call. All right, nothing heard. So today it was hilarious, sort of. I've been studying for my general. Part of the way I've been doing that is I've just been at work and I've just put my earbuds in and I just hit a play button. Sometimes it's random, sometimes it's the same things. Mostly it's been general classes, general test courses, stuff on YouTube there. So today I hit one at random, and it was some guy out of Trinidad, and I swear it sounded like a Rastafarian guy teaching the class, and it was just hilarious. The electricity is waterman. You got to remember, it's just like waterman. And I'm doing the accent horribly, but the whole thing, I listened to it for about 5 hours today, and I was laughing more at just all the stuff he was saying. I mean, it was still great information. He was doing an awesome job. It was just really, really funny to me listening to the accent and hearing the class being taught that way. So that put me in a frame of mind of the funny things that I've heard on the radio since I've been a ham. And I thought that might be a good discussion topic for this evening. So we'll start down at, we'll start with Lenny, K8 Oscar Kilo Kilo. How about it, man? Funny things you've heard on the radio since you've been an operator. K8 Oscar Kilo Kilo, are you still with us, Lenny? All right, we'll skip over that and we'll go down to Larry, N3PBB. Great to have you with us tonight, and funny things you've heard on the radio since you've become a radio operator.
Well, that's hard to think of. Can't think of anything right at the moment, but you do hear some different things there from now and then. So we'll turn it over to you there, Nemo. This is N3 PBV.
All right, very good. Thank you for that there, Larry, and appreciate you being here as always. Next on the list is Sonny, KD8 LHR. How about it, man? You got a funny story about something you heard on the radio?
You. myself with some of the things that I come up with. One time I was talking to Joe, KE8DN, or not KE8DNF, but KE8DJL. He said something, and I heard him, but it just didn't compute in my head. And the only reply I could come back to him with is, I like stuff. And I didn't even know what he said. It went in one ear and scrambled around and went in circles in my brain and went right out the other ear, and I looked for it and couldn't find it. And all I could say is, I like stuff. And I literally laughed at myself for probably a good 15 to 20 minutes. Every time I'd look at the radio, I'd think about it and start laughing. And I don't even know what he was saying. I had no clue. We were having a conversation, and he said something, and I just, I like stuff. I had no other answer. I totally went dumbfounded. Yeah, that's about it. There's been so much, but that's the one that comes back to me the most. That one and one other thing. Let me break for time real quick. Okay, KD8LHR. Me and Ray, KC8GSL, were on, I was listening. He was in the extra class portion, and he was talking to this YL, this young lady out there. And they were having a conversation back and forth, and right out of the blue, he's talking, and he just goes, hold on, let me break it for time. And I lost it. I just lost it. I couldn't believe he did that. And he caught it after he said it, and she kind of was like dumbfounded about it, and she's like, okay. That's what she said to him. And that was just hilarious. And every once in a while I still poke at him about that. But yeah, that's about it, Nemo. Back to you. KD8LHR.
All right. Yeah, breaking for time on the HF bands, that's kind of funny too. And Sonny, you've had some pretty hilarious things happen to you on the radio. Even just last field day was pretty funny there too. All right, next on the list, KC8 LAR. Jeff, good to have you with us tonight. Something funny you've heard on the radio, sir.
Good evening, Nemo. Everyone else on the net. I'm kind of with N3PDD. Can't really put a finger on anything in particular, but I stop back here every week because I always hear something that makes me laugh, and that's a good thing. It's good to laugh. And so we'll say the joke net. With that, we'll pass it back to net control. KCLAR.
All right, appreciate the pat on the back there, sir. Not that we're fishing, actually really trying to find something else, some other funny stuff that has happened on the amateur radio bands. All right, but thank you, appreciate it always, and it's my pleasure. Wayne, AC8YJ, something funny that you've heard on the airwaves.
Just people going back and forth arguing about stupid stuff. I remember I listened to this one argument. They were arguing over 2-meter radios. It was between an ICOM and a Yaesu, and it's like they're basically the same radio. And they went on for 45 minutes, and finally the one guy just got so mad he hung up. I mean, he just shut the radio off. But I mean, they just argued over which 2-meter ring was better. It was funny, and they both got so mad. It was a long time ago, but I still remember it vividly.
All right, yeah, people arguing over the silly stuff. Never understood that, and sometimes it can be hilarious. I was IT guy in the middle of the Mac PC wars, and that was just ridiculous. And then also, everybody's Ford, Chevy, Dodge, blah blah blah. I don't get that either. Give me something that works, does what I need it to do. That's all I ask. All right. Next on the list is Dan N8DRL. Something funny you've heard on the radio.
A friend of mine over here in Kearney, Ron Ebersol, I can't think of his call sign right now, but he said that the first contact he ever made was into Great Britain. But the thing is, he said he's pointing at him with his beam, and he couldn't make contact. He's hearing it plain as day. So he turned the beam 180 degrees and went long path, and actually made contact with him long path. And that was pretty cool.
All right, very good, excellent example of propagation and how it works. Appreciate that. We'll go down the list here to Ron, KC8, RJO. Ron, how about it? The funniest thing you've heard on the airwaves?
Well, nothing really comes to mind. I used to listen to some conversations up on 160 meters, and don't have any examples, but some of those conversations had some pretty humorous comments in them. Sometimes just go up there and hang around and listen to some of those people those guys on 160 meters. But no, don't really have any other examples. So I'm going to keep my ear open to that, though. So KC8RJO, back to net control.
All right, very good. Now we'll move down the list to Doug, AK8DF. Good to have you with us tonight. And how about you? I know you haven't been in the amateur radio hobby a long time, but I'm sure you've heard something funny on the radio.
Well, it wasn't really anything I actually heard. Well, kind of, sort of. I was down visiting my dad, and we had been doing FT8, which is a digital mode, of course, and he keeps the volume on his rig turned way down, almost to a whisper. Well, we had left the shack, and we were in the living room, and next thing you know, we hear this incredibly loud squeal, and we thought maybe the smoke detector had gone off. We went running around the house, went back into the shack, and it turns out his neighbor was doing FT8 with his beam and his 1500-watt amplifier. So he blew the front end out of my dad's rig. Anyway, we had a good laugh about it afterwards. That's about it. Okay, Alpha Kilo 8, Delta Fox, back to net.
All right, FT8 with the neighbor. I guess maybe it was a good thing he wasn't pointing his beam straight at you there. That might have hurt. All right, next on the list, Drew, Alpha 8, Delta Lima. Good to have you with us tonight. How about it, sir? Funny things you've heard on the radio.
I haven't heard a ton of funny stuff on the radio, but I do get a kick out of some of the old men, just old guys who are not maybe all that there, or just kind of having a good time, and usually with somebody, and it just makes the heart feel good that they're still out there being able to get on the air, even though they're kind of losing it sometimes. I find some funny stuff on Facebook about ham radio, but not so much on the air. I will say one thing that I did recently that was funny is drive all the way to Michigan and back with my radio, plugged in and everything, and my antenna on top of the vehicle, but never did hook the antenna to the radio, which explains why the air was so dead the whole time. So I got a good chuckle out of that too. So, anyways, that's all I've got. AA8DL, back to net.
All right, Drew. Well, at least your antenna survived. I put one on the top of my car to make a cross-country trip, and it blew off when I got on the highway. I guess you can't put a mag mount antenna on an aluminum vehicle. All right, next on the list, Jerry, N3EVT, if you're still with us. How about you, man? Something funny you've heard on the amateur radio bands?
compliments of Sonny when he said he'd been a ham a long, long time. I guess everything is relative. When I was 11 and a young novice, I could only operate CW, and I only had 2 crystals and a Heathkit radio that I had built. And so every now and then I would listen to 40 meters AM just to hear what was going on with the hams. And of course I'm studying, trying to get up to 13 words a minute and also pass a general test. And all of a sudden one day these bizarre signals started to appear on 40 meters that I had never heard before. And it was single sideband when it first appeared. And all the AM guys said, you know, it'll never make it. It's got no future. Back to net control.
Yeah, copy that. And you know, I mean, I haven't been a ham for that long myself, but I have been long enough to know the sequence of events, and it's happened in many, many industries and many, many hobbies. You know, the single sideband was going to ruin ham radio. All the CBers are going to come over here. FT8's going to ruin ham radio. PSK 31's going to ruin ham. Digital modes are going to suck ham radio. But you know what? It's from what I can see, from what I've been in, it's just increased the hobby. And same thing, like when I used to do airsoft, it was oh, gas blowbacks are going to destroy the hobby, and oh, this isn't going to work right. And yeah, I get where you're coming from with that for sure. And perspective is a lot of it as well. All right, next on the list, well, we had Jim in there for a minute, and he would be next, but I think he's out of range now. So maybe if he's back in range, he'll give us a call, and we'll just keep moving on down the list. How about there, Frank, KE8ZHH, what's the funniest thing you've heard on the amateur radio bands?
This is KE8ZHH. Probably me trying to run the Aries net. Yeah. Trying to multitask and write down all the call signs and everything. Doing it all at once, and when I hold my 50-foot tower, I bought for $25 or $20 from Austinburg on my SUV. The look on the guy's face when he asked me if he found out I was going to haul it on my SUV home, and he asked me if he wanted to call the cops now or just wait for him to pull me over when I was going to get it home. And from one time, let me break. There was a time someone had their mic keyed up for a long time. Well, I don't know how long it was keyed up, and we were all trying to find out who had their mic keyed up on the 895 here. That happened a while back, and that was kind of funny. Well, it's not really funny, but when you think back about it, it was kind of funny. Another thing, when people tell you not to do stuff on ham, and they end up doing it. And I think that's kind of funny also. And with that, yeah, that's about it. This is KE8ZHH, back to net control.
All right, yeah, Dead Key in a Radio, man. This is KE8PVL with the Wednesday Night JokeNet, and Dead Key in a Radio holding open a repeater. That does happen occasionally, and even happens on HF every once in a while. I'm assuming, and haven't heard it myself. But hey, man, don't feel bad about you running the net there. That you did a good job that night. You did it, I thought. And to be honest with you, between you, me, the fence post, and everybody else on this net, I have heard some train wrecks, no names mentioned, but nobody that's on the list tonight or even in this area. But I've definitely heard some people who were running nets, and it was horrible. It was horrible. Anyway, I know I have a hard time with call signs and all that sometimes, but you got to remember from minute to minute anyway. Some of the older guys. Hey, that's the way it is. This is KEAPVL with the Wednesday Night JokeNet, and Frank was the bottom of my list. So is there anybody who wants to check in or recheck? Please call. All right, nothing heard. I am going to go ahead and put a bow on it this evening. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. I really appreciate y'all coming and participating in the net this evening. I'd like to thank Tom, NHCT, for the use of the repeater, and for all those currently serving and retired from service to our country. Your sacrifices won't be forgotten. This is KE8PVL. I'm going to go ahead and return the repeater back over to normal amateur radio use, whatever that happens to be. Be good to each other, everybody. KE8PVL clear.